Okay, folks, listen. This is a live stream and I'll be interacting with the viewers. But if you're watching this on a replay, understand that the live stream chat doesn't show up for like 14 hours after I've already finished this live stream. Okay. Anyway, for the new viewers, listen, you got to understand that by watching this video or watching the video before this, or you're not going to fully grasp the how important all of this information is. I told you it's from the Holy Spirit, and you are going to understand it very soon when my predictions come true, okay? And that's why I'm telling you now, if you're new to the channel, you've got to watch many, many, many videos to fully grasp everything I'm showing. And by the way, this particular video, it has to do uh, about it's connected to the Alpha Omega, okay? And because Jesus is the Alpha and the Omega. He's the beginning, the end, right? But these people, they mock God in every possible way. And um, in this video, I'm going to show you how 9/11 connects to 6/11 with the Alpha Omega. But listen here, I'm not going to be showing everything I've shown in the past connecting to 9/11 because literally it's off the charts. If you've watched my videos about the connections to 9/11 and Elvis and his birth dates, and it's just like I said, it's off the charts of how it's all connected to Elvis. Okay, and of course his replacement twin, which is Trump, because Elvis had an identical twin that died at birth, whose name is Jesse. And we don't know if he actually died, but they say his identical twin died. But who knows? Could Trump be the identical twin? It's anything's possible. But I don't think so, but it's possible. And, you know, did they sacrifice the twin? Like I said, nobody knows. But something very diabolical is going on. Okay, and that's why the Twin Towers fell that day. Anyway, uh, so let's. So for the new people, let me just show this few things right here, real quick, and then that way you can understand, you know, how how these things line up. My two predictions. Okay, my predictions. Like I said, I didn't come up with this. The Holy Spirit brought it to my attention, folks. Just give me 1 second. Hold on, I just put the phone down for a second. Okay, so pay attention. My two predictions are that there's going to be a spectacular event in Seattle on June 11th, okay? And June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. And after this event on June 11th, somehow it connects to Elvis, okay? His image, his name, or the number of his name will end up being the mark of the beast, okay? And because Trump kind of looks like Elvis, like I said, his profile, Trump is going to get his head wound in Ohio on August 4th, which is the 216th day of the year. So it's 16/2/216, okay? And those are the two predictions, okay? Trump gets his head wound in Ohio and he survives the head wound. Now Elvis, his identical twin, him and Jesse's the one that was either sacrificed or supposedly died, or maybe alive, or it could be Trump, who knows. Elvis and Jesse were born on 1/8, okay? And if there's two of them born on 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, it's 216. And if you do it backwards, the dates, it's 8/1/8/1, which like they do in the UK, it's 16/2. 216, 16/2. And August 4th is the 216th day of the year. June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. Again, just, incredible coincidences, okay? And by the way, I told you that I was predicting these dates and numbers before I ever knew that the way it lines up like the way it does. Just like this. I didn't know this information. Identical twins equals 162 forward, 216 backwards in gematria. I mean, do you understand how crazy that is? And June 11th is the 162nd day of the year, And on leap year, it's the 163rd day of the year. And like I said, 162nd day of the year is June 11th. 216th day of the year is August 4th. 16-2, 216 for the word identical twins. And Elvis and Jesse were identical twins. And look at this. From Elvis's birthday, the day the identical twins were born, to June 11th, the day I'm telling you Seattle gets struck, if you went forward 1,616 days, it lands on June 11th because it's the 1616, the 216s, or 16 twos. Get it? There's 1616 right in front of you. 216, 16 twos, which is August 4th and June 11th. And how about this equation? You put a crown, because the letter O is a crown, you put it on their birthday, January 8th, it equals 162 forwards, 216 backwards. Like I said, incredible coincidences, absolutely impossible. 16-2, 216, June 11th, August 4th. And look at this. It's the 23rd year this year. Elvis died at the age of 42, and he turns 88 this year, you see? So it's, you know, there's more connections right there, Elvis. And check this out. If you were to put, instead of January 8th with an H, you take out the H and put O January 8th, it's almost the exact same as the Antichrist. It's the only difference is it's 71 here. This is 80. Every other number is the same. Okay. And then, of course, I showed this a million times, that if you put Elvis with the word birthday, because they're going to birth Elvis out of the sea in Seattle, it equals the exact same as the Antichrist. Elvis' birthday is the Antichrist. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Again, absolute impossible coincidences. Okay, so let's get started with the, hold on. Before I start the new information, yeah, I appreciate everybody. God bless all of you. And just make sure you watch the whole video, okay? Because I'm going to show some good stuff in the beginning, and then some not so great stuff in the middle, and then again in the end, something really good, okay? So, if you guys know my videos from years ago, I told you I discovered this particular thing that I'm going to show you. So the supposed first hijacker, who was the pilot of the first supposed plane that supposedly went into the Twin Towers, was a guy named Mohammed Atta. That was the pilot. Okay? And after it happened, after Atta, supposedly crashed the planes into the supposed towers, the supposed planes. Anyway, it was called 9/11 attacks. It's got the Atta again. And it happened in Manhattan. It's got the Atta again. Okay? Look at how many times you're going to see the Atta. And Seattle has the ATT. It's missing the A. Where is the A? It's the Space Needle. See, the Space Needle looks like an A. Okay? And it's got a crown on the top. Okay? This is, I'll show you what I'm saying in a moment about what the title of this video is. Okay, so the ATT is missing the A. There it is. Atta. 611, 911. Upside down, you see. Anyway, so let's, oh, and by the way, there's more. Here's some more Atta. So the pilot was Atta, right? On flight 11, and the towers look like a 1-1. Look, the plane company was American Airlines, and the target was the Twin Towers. Atta again. ATTA. You see? I discovered this like 10 years ago, folks, on my channel. Anyway, so before I move on, let me just show you this real quick. Hold on. Let me see what you guys are saying real quick. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, hold on. So this is the Space Needle. All right. So this is the Space Needle. Look, in Seattle. It looks like an A. You see it? It looks like an A with the thing right there, the bar. Or you can go down. It looks right here is the A. It's a bigger A. You know what I'm saying? All right. So anyway, it looks like an A, and I'll tell you what this is in a moment. But first, let me show you what Elvis was doing back in 1969. He started. They specifically they built this hotel for Elvis. It won't tell you that, but as soon as it opened, the International Hotel, Elvis started playing there, and he played there for, I don't remember now how many shows he did. I think it was over 600 shows or something. I don't know. I have to look at it, but it was called the International Hotel. Okay, and I'm gonna explain to you why the International is so important. But look at the structure that was in front. Look at this. You see the white legs right here? And and it goes and it ends. There's nothing there. What kind of ridiculous structure is this? Just three, straight poles. It's got the supposed world in the middle. Because, I don't believe the world is a globe. But what I'm saying is it's got the world in the middle. See, it's missing the top. Okay, it looks just like the Space Needle. It's got three legs like the Space Needle. Yep, exactly. You know what it's missing, don't you? It's missing the head. It's missing the crown. Okay, that's what it's missing. Look, it's three legs, just like the space, just like that. Okay, and the reason I'm bringing that up, before I show you, I just want you to see what hold on. By the way, the International Hotel now is called the Westgate, and it was the Las Vegas Hilton, LVH. And look, it has like splitting, like, I don't know what do you want to call that, like water or something? I mean, it looks like that water parting or something. Anyway, LVH equals 42, and Elvis, died at the age of 42. Washington's the 42nd state, And look, it looks like it's parting right there. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so now it's called the Westgate. And, a gate is a portal, and west is the backwards word of oh God. And look at this, West Gate, it's got the 116, the 611 backwards, the 216 right here is August 4th, 611. And Westgate equals the exact same as the words Jesus, God. It's the exact same. Westgate equals Jesus, God. But here's why I'm showing you this. Because, see, that Trump has a bunch of hotels that are called the International. These are all Trump International stuff. And, Elvis, like I said, he started at the International. Why is it so important, this International? Because International equals the exact same as the words Lord and Savior. You see that? Lord and Savior equals International. All right, so that's why he uses it. And what's this right here? High Crown. I wonder what that is. The sky. It's called the High Crown in the background, huh? They must be talking about the building in the background of that. Where is it? Right here. I guess maybe that top part right here might be the crown or something. But anyway, so basically what I'm saying is there's no crown up here. This is the crown that's missing. Okay? Yeah. Anyway, let me get back to So anyway, the Space Needle is the A, right? I told you. So this is the A and this is the O. The crown is the O, right? And this is the A. And what does A and O stand for? A and O is alpha, omega. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Alpha, omega. And that's what this is all about, folks. The alpha, omega, and you're going to see how it connects to what I've been talking about and trying to prove to you guys all this time. Okay, so let's get started. So alpha, omega. And by the way, I did a chart years ago having to do with the alpha omega way before any of this, years ago. I even did a video about it. I'll show you the video at the end of this video, which video to go and see my chart that I created that had to do with the alpha omega. Anyway, so the alpha omega, the A, the O, it looks like a record player because the top does look like a record player of the Space Needle. Anyway, so the AO is the alpha omega, the Space Needle. Now, what is alpha omega equal? If you just put alpha omega into the gematria calculator, it equals 7943. And notice that, you know who died this year whose funeral was on 122 was Lisa Marie Presley. But forget about that. I'll show you how that connects later. But alpha omega is 7943. Okay? Just look at that right now, 7943. From 9/11, 2001 to the Seattle event on June 11th, it's 7,943 days. 7,943. Okay, there it is right there. If you can't see that, I don't know what to tell you. It's the alpha omega. You see, 7943. Do you understand what I'm showing you right there? And you know, Elvis, if you put a crown on Elvis, it equals the exact same if you put an AO twin. The alpha omega twin, it equals the exact same as O Elvis. Okay. And before I show you the rest, let me just see what you guys are saying right here. Hold on. Yeah, you guys, yeah. All right, let me get back to what I was talking about. I just wanted to see if you guys had any questions right now. All right. So, you know, I told you how important the Triple Crown in horse racing, because horse racing is known as the sport of kings, and Elvis is known as a king in Seattle's in King County. The Triple Crown winners, it's very rare to win a Triple Crown. It's the most prestigious race in horse racing. And in 1935, when Elvis was born, that year, there was a Triple Crown winner named Omaha. Omaha sounds like Obama. And I told you, Obama's the third wheel of this unholy trinity of Elvis, Trump, and Obama. The word Omaha equals the exact same as the word alpha in gematria. Exact same numbers as Omaha. Omaha equals alpha. And it was the third winner, the third time ever a horse won the Triple Crown, the year Elvis was born. Omaha wins. It's called alpha. Omaha equals alpha in gematria, the third winner, okay? And then when Trump was born, there was another Triple Crown winner. And this time it was called Assault. It's got the A, the O, and it was the seventh winner. And look at that, 3-7. You see that? That's the EL number. I told you that the numbers 3 and 7, or 7 and 3, looks like the letters EL, which is the word God in Hebrew. And ELVIS, you understand? Okay. And remember, the most important Triple Crown win was Seattle Slew. Won the Triple Crown on 6/11/1977, the same year Elvis died. Like a month, uh, 2 months after Elvis died, after 6/11. You see, what I'm trying to say is, what is the chance that a Triple Crown winner wins, and it's called Seattle Slew? Slew means to kill. You see, and Elvis died that same year on 6/11. I told you there's going to be a spectacular event in Seattle on June 11th. You see that? And I was addicted to horse racing. You see, that was what I was addicted to, folks. It ruined my life, but now I don't gamble no more. Thank you, Jesus. Anyway, look, the word slew, it's got the ELSW, Seattle, Washington. SW equals 42. Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington's a 42nd state. And the word Seattle is an anagram for EL, which means God, and state, STATE, L state. It's the state of L. Do you understand? Elvis, who thinks he's God. All right. Now, back to the Alpha Omega thing. I told you Alpha Omega equals 7943, right? If you put it into gematria calculator, Alpha Omega, not Alpha and Omega, just Alpha Omega. And if you use the 22nd prime number, would equal 79, and the 14th prime number would equal 43. Okay, and there you get your Alpha Omega numbers, 2214. Look, I just want to show you this, that if you go from 9/11, 9/11 happened in 01, and the June 11th event is going to happen in the 23rd year, this year. So 1 and 2 and 3, right? From the first of the year to 123 is 2214 days. That kind of connects to the Alpha Omega. Okay, what I just showed you, because the 22nd prime number was 79 and the 14th prime number was 43. Alpha Omega equals 7943. So the 2214 connects to what I'm showing you here. And by the way, it can also go to January 22nd, depending on what year you start. What year you start from. But I just happen to choose this one. Because it can be 122 also will be this equation. Anyway, what else? Oh yeah, and if it's 122, and like I said, it can be 122 also. If you add those up, it's 223. If you add those days up, those numbers. Anyway, this is not a big deal. But the reason I was showing you that, because Lisa Marie, I told you Lisa Marie died this year, right? So I told you that in 1989, the Elvis impersonator, it was the whole halftime show was about an Elvis impersonator. Okay, I've done many videos about this, and I've shown all the connections. Okay, and the Super Bowl was number 23. The 23rd Super Bowl was in 1989. The date was 122, and Lisa Marie's funeral was on 122 in the year 23, right? So listen, pay attention. So 23rd year, 122 was the date of the 1989 Super Bowl, which was the 23rd Super Bowl. Okay? And look, it equals 112. She died on 112, Lisa Marie. Pay attention. She died on 112, buried on 122. It was the 23rd year. And Elvis in 1989 was 54 years old. Lisa Marie was 54 years old. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see how everything connects to that Super Bowl? Think about what I just showed you. So every single number was in there, except for this 89 connection. But um, um, I don't know why I put 89 here. I don't know what the hell I was doing. This is the Super Bowl was in 89. Do you get what I'm saying? The Super Bowl was in 89. Sorry, this should have been 23 right here. But anyway, the whole point is that every number is the same. For the Super Bowl numbers, the date was 122. You add up the Super Bowl number 23 and 89, you get 112. And Elvis was 54 years old. Okay? Are you seeing what's happening? Okay? And check this out. Remember the numbers 2214 I told you was the prime numbers? Where is that card? Look. You remember this? The prime numbers, 22nd prime number and 14th prime number is 7943. 7943 is the alpha omega. Look. I told you Elvis is the skull and bones, okay? He's the head of skull and bones. Look, from Elvis's birthday, you go forward 804 days because that's the day Trump gets his head wound on 8/4. It lands on 3/22. It's 2 years, 2 months, 14 days. 804 days is 2 years, 2 months, 14 days. 2214. You see that? You see what I'm saying? And it can be 805 days too if you add that day. And 804, 805, right? But anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is it's the 2214 that I was showing. And you know that there's a reason why I'm showing you this, so just pay attention. So from the first of the year to 8/11 is 223 days. Okay, and you'll see why I'm showing you this in a moment. The 223rd day of the year, I mean, we're in the year 223, right? And 61.10% is how much 223 days is of a year. It'll be 61%. So it's the 611 right there with a crown, 611 with a crown, right? And the reason I'm showing you that is because you know that on the Roman calendar, 8/11 is 6/11. So you have the 8/11 connection to the 6/11, okay? And it's got the 6/11 in it right there with the percentage, and it's the 223. So that's when it's going to happen. Get it? 6/11/2023. All right? And you know that they put out an emergency broadcast, some kind of system test. They put it out on 8/11, but when they told everybody it was coming out, it was 6/11. They told everybody on 6/11 that there was going to be a broadcast, an emergency broadcasting on 8/11. I think it was like either last year or the year before. But anyway, the prime number, the 18th prime number, Elvis is born on 1/8, is 61, and the Space Needle turns 61. This year it'll turn 61 years. So you have the 61, 61, 61 connection. All right. And you ever heard the saying, thank heaven for 7/11? Look, if you put two 7/11s, it's 1422. There's that numbers again that I was telling you connecting to the alpha omega. The 14th prime and the 22nd prime was 7943, 4379, whatever. 7/11, 7/11. What are they doing here? And here's the Roman calendar thing I was telling you about. Because look, the reason I'm showing you this, because Washington, the state of Washington, where Seattle is, the state of Washington was founded on 11/11. So 11/11 is actually 9/11 on the Roman calendar. 11/11 is 9/11. 8/11 is 6/11. And from 1/1 to 9/11 is 8 months, 11 days. You see that? 8/11. 8/11 is 6/11. 11/11 is 9/11. And from 1/1 to 9/11 is 8/11. You see what I'm saying? So that goes back to what I was showing you here. Where is it? Which was what I was showing you here. Because the 8/11 is the 223rd day of the year, and it's the 6110%. Do you get what I'm saying? So that connects to 9/11, because from 1/1 to 9/11 is 8 months, 11 days. Does that make sense? And from 1/1 to 7/11 is 6 months, 11 days. And it connected to the 7/11. Do you get it? Thank heaven for 7/11. And just like from 1/1 to 8/11, it would be 7 months, 11 days. Everything connects to each other with these numbers, you know. Anyway, give me a second here. I dropped something. What is this? Okay, so remember I showed you that from 9/11 to, from the exact date of 9/11 to this year, 6/11, is 7,943 days, and the words alpha, omega, and gematria equals 7,943. Okay? That's why it's so important, right? And because I told you Seattle, something spectacular is going to happen in Seattle. Check this out. You know how important Martin Luther King's death date is, okay? I'll show you more about it in a moment, but look, from the day George Bush Jr. was born, from George Bush Jr.'s birthday on 7/6/1946 to the day MLK died is 7,943 days. You see that? The alpha omega number. And you know Bush was the president during 9/11. Do you understand? And MLK was killed in Memphis, Tennessee, where Elvis lived. The king was whacked by the king, Elvis the king. Do you understand? And Seattle's in King County, and MLK is named after Seattle now. I mean, the King County in Seattle. But it's the 7,943 days. It's the alpha omega number. Okay? And I showed you that from Bush's birthday, George Bush Jr., who was the 9/11 president, the day he was born, it's 76 years, 11 months, 6 days. And you know Trump doesn't turn 77 till June 14th, 3 days after 6/11. So Trump is still 76 years old and 6/11, 11/6. You see what I'm trying to say here? And I told you that his birthday was connected to the Georgia Guidestones, and George has the, you know, the George Washington connection, right? And I told you that the Guidestones came down for Elvis. I told you that. It was built for Elvis and came down for Elvis, all of it. Anyway, 76 years, 11 months, 6 days to the 6/11 event. Okay. And then, you know, George Bush Sr., I told you how important MLK King's death day is. It's so important you can't even imagine that from George Bush Sr.'s birthday, the day he's born, to the day MLK died is 16,002 days. Look at that. It's the 16/2/216. It's June 11th and August 4th in there. And you have 2 crowns for Elvis and Trump. I told you. Look at that. 16,002 days. 16/2/216 is August 4th or June 11th. All right. All right. Do you get it? Now, you remember I just showed you that, I don't know why I'm showing this again, but just in case you know, so remember from George Bush Jr.'s birthday, the day he's born to MLK was 7,943. And I told you that 7,943 connects to the alpha omega. Alpha omega equals 7,943 in gematria. The prime numbers for 7,943 is the 22nd prime and the 14th prime. And that's 2214 numbers, right? Look, Roman calendar 811, 611, 811 is 611 on the Roman calendar. Okay? And look, if you add that up, it's 1422. 2214. You see what I'm saying? Again, connecting to because 811, remember the 811 on our calendar is the 223rd day of the year at 61.10%. Do you get it? It's got every connection imaginable. All of this, all right? Which is right here, because 811, like I showed you, is the 223rd day of the year, 61.10%, 611 with a crown. Anyway, so let me put this down for a second before I show you some more. My hands went numb, folks. I told you I have bad arthritis. Let's see what we've got here. Yeah, I appreciate the kind words. God bless you and everybody else in the chat. And yeah, I saw your earlier comment, by the way. Listen, we all were heathens at one time, okay? Because we're all sinners, okay? But when you get saved, you become a new person, okay? You don't want to commit those uh, horrible things that you did. You don't want to do it again, you know what I mean? But none of us are going to be perfect, but we try to be, okay? We try to stay on the righteous path, you know, and um, and we do our best. That's all I'm saying, okay? Let me see what else. Yeah, I'm talking to everybody, by the way. I'm not talking about just one particular person. Because, like I said, I was a sick, a degenerate gambler. And like I said, Jesus, as soon as I got saved, it was overnight. I was cured, folks. That's right. We're made new. That's right. Anyway, um, what are we doing here? Oh yeah. So I just want to make sure you understand. I just showed you how important that MLK. By the way, I've shown so many videos on MLK's connections. This is the other one is even greater than this connections, okay? But these are great connections too. But what I'm saying is the stuff I've shown before on JFK and MLK and all that stuff, you got to watch it. On my other 9/11 videos, this is just part of what I've shown. Anyway, so let's move on. So I told you how important the MLK is. Like all this is new information, folks, that I'm showing you today. But like I said, I've shown so much. But Seattle's in King County, in Washington State, right? And King County is now named after MLK King, right? Because it was named after a different king first, the King County in Seattle. And I told you that Elvis was known as the king, and he lived and died in Memphis, and Martin Luther King was assassinated in Memphis. You see, the king had the king whacked. All right. This is a big deal, folks. All right. And look, from the day Elvis was born to the day MLK was killed, supposedly killed, is 12. Look at that, 12,140 days. It can be. This is not including this date, so it's up to this date. It could be 12141, but this is much better. The number is not including the end date, because he never saw the end of the day. He was up to that day. But anyway, 12140. George Washington's death date is 1214. See, it's 1214 with a crown. And I told you it all has to do with Washington and death and destruction. Death and destruction, MLK, King. Seattle's in King County, Washington. Elvis's birthday. Elvis is connected to the Seattle event, 1214 with a crown, 1214, death and destruction for George Washington. All right, for Washington State, from Elvis's birthday to the day MLK was killed. Look from George Washington's death date on 1214, 1799. Remember, I just showed you a 1214 connection with Elvis's birthday to MLK. From George Washington's death date of 1214 to MLK's death date, it's 168 years, 3 months, 22 days. There's your skull and bones, because I told you Elvis is the skull and bones. But look, 168. Elvis died on 8/16, August 16th. Look at the amount of days. 61473. I told you the 7 and 3 is the EL number. Okay? The number 73 or 37 looks like the letters EL. EL means God in Hebrew. 614 is Trump's birthday. See how everything connects? I just connected Elvis a moment ago to the MLK. Now I connected Washington and Trump to it. Okay? And what was I going to say? No, I can't remember. I'm forgetting something here. Oh, and Elvis has the EL in it. Okay, that's what I was going to say. But anyway, everything is MLK, remember. So pay attention. When MLK was assassinated, supposedly, it was a leap year. So 4-4 landed on the 4-5 date. So from 4-4 to 12-14, Washington's death date, is 254 days, not including the end date. So it's either 254 or 255 days. But from 4-5 to Washington's death date is 254 days. Okay, exactly. All right. If you include that day. So it's 254 days. And why am I showing you this? Because we're in the, I told you, Elvis turned 45 years dead in 2022. He was 44 years dead. He's been dead for 44 years in 2022, and in 2022 he also turned 45 years dead, and he's going to be 45 years dead all the way until August 16th this year. That's after my predictions. So he's still going to be 45 years dead. Get it? 4-5. Trump is the 45th president, right? And that's why the 254 is important, because the 254, I can't believe I didn't put it here. The 254th day of the year is 9/11. That's why. See, 9/11 is the 254th day of the year, and it lands from 4-4 to 12-14. If you don't include the day, it's 254, and from 4-5, it's 254 days exactly to death and destruction. Washington's death, you understand? MLK's death landed on a leap year. Okay? It's all about death and destruction. Now, remember I told you that George Bush was the 9/11 president. From George Bush Jr.'s birthday, 7-6 to 12-14, Washington's death date is 162 days. The 162nd day of the year is June 11th. Look, you have a 6-14 in there too for Trump's birthday. But my point is that it's 162 days from Bush, the 9/11 president, to Washington's death date. June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. Because the next 9/11 is 6/11, okay? Now, you know, Elvis, he died at the age of 42, okay? And Washington's a 42nd state. Now, pay attention. Just like the MLK one that I was just showing you. So from 4-2 to 9/11, if you don't include this day, it's 162. But if you include it, it's 163. And June 11th is the 162nd day of the year, and on leap year, it's the 163rd day of the year. So from 4-2 to 9/11 is that equation. From 4-3 to 9/11 is 162 days exactly. Okay, that's including the day. See, this is not including. That's why it's still 162. But if you include it, it's actually 163. But anyway, the reason I'm showing you that is because George Bush, notice it's 4-2 and 4-3, right? George Bush is the 42-43 president. See, George Bush is the 42nd person to become president, but he's the 43rd actual president. And notice that it's got the PERS, PRES, and Elvis starts with PRES. So look at that. Pres, PRS, PRES, just like serpent, SERP, SERP. Anyway, president, PRES. And I told you that president, the anagram is serpent ID. If you take the ID out, it would be the word serpent and ID. I discovered that years ago. Anyway, George Bush, the 9/11 president, the 42-43, 2022, if you wrote 20 and 22, it's 42. 20 and 23, 2023 is 43. Get it? 42-43 president. And I told you Elvis has been dead. He died at the age of 42, but he's now dead 44-45 years in those 2 years right there. And he was the 9/11 president. And I told you that it was 162 days from 4-2 or 4-3 to 9/11. And then I was showing you from George Bush Jr.'s birthday to 12-14 is 162 days. 12-14 is George Washington's death date. I'm just trying to show you how it all connects, you know. And I told you that the 22-23 year is so important. If you just took the 22 and 23, it adds up to 45. If you take the prime numbers for 22 and 23, it's 79-83. It equals 162. The 22nd prime is 79. The 23rd prime is 83, 162. June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. Elvis has been dead for 45 years, and Trump is the 45th president. Okay? And I told you that the prime numbers for 42 and 43, Elvis died at the age of 42. Look, it's 181, the prime number. And Elvis was born, him and his twin were born on 1-8. So it's 181, add the 42, because 42, 42nd prime number is 181, add the 42, you get 223. And this year is 2023. Now, if you take the 43rd prime, this is what it equals, added up with the 43. You put it together, it's 457. The 88th prime number is 457. And Elvis is 88 years old this year. Okay? Again, why am I showing this? Because it's the 42-43. Bush is the 42-43 president. Do you understand? And he was there for 9/11, and the 6/11 is the 9/11 upside down, and it's coming, folks. There is no doubt about it, okay? And I remember I showed you that from 4/2 or 4/3 to 9/11 was 162 days. Look, from 4/2 to 4/3, from 4/2 or 4/3 to 9/11, it's 1,623 days also. And June 11th is the 162nd day of the year, and on leap year, it's the 163rd day of the year. So it's got those numbers. And I told you that Elvis is born in the first month, Trump's born in the 6th month, and we're in the 23 year. And look, from the first of the year to 6/11 is 1,623 days. So it's perfect, because 6/11 is the 162nd day of the year, 163rd day of the year. It's right there. It lands perfectly on 6/11. And from 4/2-4/3 to 9/11 is 1623. You see? How much more perfect do you want it? The upside down 9/11 is 6/11. Okay? I have only one more thing to show. No, I have two more things to show. Man, I still have more. I thought I was already finished with this video. I still have a couple more things to show. Let me see what you guys are saying. No, Elvis is he is the head of Skull and Bones. He is the head and the bones. He is the Skull and Bones. They worship Elvis. Someone's asking me what am I saying when I say that? Anyway, let me keep going. So this next thing I'm going to show, like I said, is not that great, the information, but the last part is good. So you got to make sure to watch that last part. So just keep paying attention. Let me just drink some water. Okay, so check this out. Elvis was born in Tupelo, right? Him and the twin. They were born in Tupelo, then Elvis moved to Memphis, and then Seattle's where he makes his return, right? Look, it equals 254 in gematria, these three. And September 11th is 254th day of the year, you see that? And 83, the 23rd prime number is 83, and it equals 106. The crown equals 106. And Elvis is born the 1st month, Trump's born the 6th month. If you watch my video about the crown, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it was the 254 I was showing. And remember this. This is enough proof right here for you. Because I told you that Elvis, he was born on January 8th, 1935. From the day he's born to 9/11 is 66 years, 8 months, 4 days to 9/11 when the Twin Towers fell. And he was an identical twin. 8 months, 4 days. Look at that. You got the 8/4, you got the 66, because the word twin equals 66, 21, 87, 42, 24 backwards. And Elvis died at the age of 42. From the day he died on August 16, 1977, it was 24 years later. It was 9/11, 2001. You have the twin this way equals 66, 21, 87. From Elvis's birthday to 9/11 when the Twin Towers fell, 66 years. From 9/11 to 2023 is 21 years, 9 months. 66, 21, 87. 66, 21, 87. Elvis dies at the age of 42. From that day to 9/11, it was 24 years, and you get to 66 again. So it's starts with the 66, ends with 66. It's the twin. And how old was Elvis in 2001? He was 66, right? And how old is he now? 88 equals 154. And the words the Antichrist equals 154. And 1/8 to 6/11 is either 154 or 155 days, you see? And by the way, 2023 also, just by itself, if you take the prime numbers, it equals 154. I forgot to show that. I've shown that many times. It's the Antichrist year. Okay, this is nothing. This is no big deal what I'm showing here. Like I said, this is not that big of a deal. But if you were to put Elvis Aaron Presley, his full name, and just put 9/11 and 6/11, interesting numbers right here. Look at that in gematria. 6/11 and 73 with a crown. Look at that. I could show you something much more important with this, but I'm not going to go deep into that. But that's interesting right there. Okay, so let's get started here. So the Seattle Space Needle, where Seattle, it's in Seattle, obviously. The opening date was 4/21/62. Look, it's got the 42. Elvis died at the age of 42, and the 162, which is June 11th. You see, and Washington's a 42nd state. 162 is June 11th. Anyway, so 4/21, which I discovered years ago. I told everybody. Now everybody's talking about it. That on 4/21. The day the Space Needle opened, it's the backwards date of 9/11, because the 111th day of the year is 4/21, which leaves 254 days in the year. 254 day of the year is 9/11. That's how you figure out what is the backwards date, by how much days remain. All right. Anyway, so Space Needle opening date, which is also the Queen's birthday, 4/21. And I've shown all the connections with that too. And also 4/21 is the 111th day of the year, and on leap year it's 112. Add up 111 and 112, you get 223. I told you, it's a perfect puzzle, folks. Come on. 2023. And the Space Needle, is the Alpha Omega connection. I told you if you watched my video earlier. 4 times 21 equals 84. And 84 is the day Trump gets his head wound. Everything's connected. Now, from 4/21 to 9/11, because it's the backwards date. 4/21's backwards date is 9/11. 4/21 to 9/11 is 4 months, 21 days, or it's 22 days, depending if you add the day. So from 4/21 to 9/11, up to that day, but not including that day, is 4 months, 21 days. From 9/11 to 4/21 is 223 days. Look at that, 223. And I just showed you the 4/21 was, if you add up the leap year and its date, 111 and 112, is 223 days. Look at that. Again, the perfect puzzle. And Washington, I told you, was founded on 11/11, 1889. From that day, from 11/11, because the towers look like an 11, right? And I'll show you more about it in a moment. From 11/11, 1889 to 9/11, the day the towers fell, is 111 years, 10 months. And 4/21 is the 111th day of the year, like I just showed. But look at this, 11110. Look, 11/11. 11/11/11. Look at that. It's 33. Plus 9 is 42. What in the hell? 11/11/11 is 33 plus 9 equals 42. Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington's the 42nd state. And you got 11/11, 11/11 with a crown. You see that? 11/11 with a crown. And remember, the Twin Towers, they had 110 floors each. Look. And remember, Washington State was founded on 11/11. That's the equation I just showed you. 11/11. Look at that. With a crown. 11/11 with one, but just one crown on this one. When I showed this equation, oops, 1110. You know, and you know that the North Tower, you know, it was the only one with a needle on it, or a spire, whatever you want to call it, a needle. Anyway, why am I showing that? You'll see why I'm showing that in a little while. That 1111 thing. Oh, and by the way, from Elvis's birthday, remember I was telling you that George Bush is the 9/11 president. From Elvis's birthday to 7/6 is 911 days. From Elvis's birthday to 7/6, George Bush Jr., the 9/11 president, is 911 days. You know what? This is so important that I got to check it. Let me actually check it. Hold on, folks. My hand's hurting. It's numb. Hold on. Let me just check this. I want to make sure that that's correct. Hold on, okay, hold on. My eyes are so bad, folks, that I can't even see. Even with my glasses on, I can't see. Unbelievable. 1/8 to not 276. I'm just double checking, because sometimes, you know, I'm not perfect, folks. I just want to make sure hold on. Yeah, only certain years, by the way, does it happen. From Elvis's birthday, the day he's born. Let's try that. Hold on. Yeah, see? Look. So from the day Elvis is born, where is it? I can't even focus this thing. I'm about ready to lose it, folks. Let me make it. Oh, come on, man. Stupid phone. So from Elvis's birthday, the day he's born, if you go forward to July 6th, which is George Bush Jr.'s birthday, okay, not the year, but just his date of when George Bush Jr. was born. He was born in 46, but from Elvis's birthday, you go forward 911 days, it lands on July 6th. The president, who was the 42-43 president, man, who was there for 9/11. All right? Okay, you understand? And then remember, just real quick, let me just make sure, since I have this calculator out. Remember, I told you that Elvis is the 42nd president. I mean, Elvis is he died at the age of 42, and Washington's the 42nd state, right? And if you go to the exact day from Elvis's birthday, the exact day that he's born, to the exact day that this person was born. Look at this. You know who's born on this day? It's Bill Clinton. And who is Bill Clinton? He was the 42nd president. So from the exact day Elvis was born to the exact day Bill Clinton was born, August 19, 1946, it's 4,242 days. Look, 4242. Elvis died at the age of 42, and Washington is the 42nd state. Can you please explain that to me? In what realm of what world can this be possible that the 42nd president, Bill Clinton, born on August 19, 1946, can have this equation from Elvis's birthday if he's not the Antichrist Elvis? Okay? Please explain that to me. Because I just showed you from Elvis's birthday to George Bush Jr., the 42nd person and the 43rd president, who was the 9/11 president, was 911 days. And then from Elvis's birthday here, the day he's born, to the day Bill Clinton was born, the exact day is 4242. This is impossible, what you're seeing. Absolutely impossible. Right? Wake up, people. Absolutely impossible, what you just saw. All right? And I've shown that years ago, yeah. Yes, Elvis, that's right. Elvis is the Kraken with all these tentacles. Yep, that's right. He's the beast out of the sea. He's the one that has all the with the 10 crowns. Okay, now, so what you're about to see next, okay, this is, let me see, is this the last video? Yeah, I don't know. Hold on. Okay, so so remember earlier I showed you how George Bush Jr. had a connection to the MLK also death date, besides everyone else having a connection, but George Bush Jr. had a connection to that. And wait till you see this. Oh man, how do I say this? Hold on. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to show this first. That way you can see. Let me show this first. I was going to go the opposite way, but let me, hold on. Give me 1 second, folks. 1 second here. So real quick, let me go off track a little bit here before I show you what I'm going to show you. So you know Elvis, the day he's born, the day him and the identical twin was born, they were born on 1/8/1935. If you took the prime numbers for every one of those numbers, 1, 8, 19, and 35, this is what it would equal. 1 equals 2, 8 equals 19. And you know Bill Clinton was born on 8/19, you see? But look, 1 equals 2, 8 equals 19, 19 equals 67, 35 equals 149 equals, the total is 237. 237, right? And I told you that 2 3 sevens is this 2 with the EL, because 37 looks like the letters EL. So you have two ELs. Basically, I told you Trump and Obama is his crowns. And I told you that Elvis is the middle ground between those two, because I've shown you that their dates are exactly the same, forward and backward. From Elvis's birthday, you go forward to Trump's birthday, it's either 157 or 158 days. If you go from Elvis's birthday backwards to 8/4, Obama's birthday, it's 157 days or 158 days. You see what I'm saying? Elvis is the umbilical cord that holds these two together. This is his crowns, Trump and Elvis. I mean, Trump and Obama. Okay? Trump is the second one, and Obama's the third wheel. And look, the 37, I told you the 37 is the EL, right? EL, the 37th prime number, equals 157. So it's 157, 157 is the EL. So when you see this, you're seeing EL, right? Which is what I just showed you here, which is the 2 3 7s, 2 37s, the two ELs. Get it? EL. The 37th prime number is 157, so it's 157 here, 157 backwards. EL, two ELs, 237. Okay, and the reason I was showing you all that, the 157 with the two, basically I was showing you two 157s, right? 157 forward, 157 backwards would be two 157s. Now, check this out, from George Bush Senior's George Bush Jr., the 42-43 president who was there for 9/11. He was the 9/11 president from 7/6/1946, the day he's born, to 9/11 when the Twin Towers fell, because he was the president. It's two 157s. Get it? Two 157 is what I just showed you here with the equation for Elvis. You understand? Do you understand? Two 157s from George Bush Jr.'s birthday to 9/11. Okay, now, if you think that's a coincidence, Look at this. From MLK's death date, the day he died, to the day 611 gets struck, it's 2 157s. Are you ready for what's coming, folks? Are you ready? I hope you're ready, because it's coming. Okay. Now, I have one more thing to show, and I'm almost done. Just one last, it's just like 5 more cards. Or what am I looking at here? Yeah. I just got to dig something out here real quick. All right. Oops. Hold on. All right. Let me see what we got here. All right. So remember when I showed you this earlier, that the 1-1 connections, the 11-11, you know, this stuff, because Washington was founded on 11-11, and the Twin Towers at 110. Anyway, whatever. It's 11-11, and I told you from the day Washington was founded to the day 9/11 fell was 11-1-1-0 year. You know. 111 years, 10 days, 11110, whatever. Why am I showing that? I don't even know why I showed that. Forget, you know what? Forget I even showed that. But look, Elvis's backwards birthday is 12/23. Okay? And you remember I told you that the 42nd prime number was 181. And if you add the 42 to the 181, you get 223. So it's right there in your face. Look. Elvis's backwards birthday is 12/23 because, see, the 8th day leaves 357 days. The 357th day of the year is 12/23. So anyway, so the 42nd prime number, because Elvis died at the age of 42, Washington's the 42nd state. 42nd prime number is 181. And if you add the 42 to the 181 was 223. Right there. You see it? And look, if you add this up, it's 1331. If you add these up, because every backwards date in January will be December. It's backwards date. And if you add its backwards dates to January or December, it'll be 1331, all of them. But look, the 13, look at that. The 6th prime number is 13 and the 11th prime number is 31. You see that? Even his birthdays, his backwards and forwards birthday has the 611 connection. 1331, you see? All right, I've shown this many times. There's nothing new, but it connects to the 611. 6 prime number is 13, 11th prime number is 31, right? Now, you got to see this to believe this, folks. This is just beyond ridiculous. Pay attention over here. Pay attention over here. The prime numbers for 9/11, 2001, because you don't say 2001, you say 2001. That's how you say it, because you say 2017, 2016, 2010, 2019, you understand? So it's 2001 or 2001, whatever you want to say. So prime numbers, the 9th prime number is 23, the 11th prime number is 31, okay? And the 20th prime number is 71, and the first prime number is 2, because it's 01. So the first prime number is 2. Look what it equals. 41 for this total in the 9/11/2001, and the prime numbers equaled 127. And remember, I told you the 6th prime number is 13 and the 11th prime number is 31. If you did the 13th and the 31st, look at this. The 13th prime number is 41. The 31st prime number is 127. You have got to be kidding me. Are you looking at what I'm showing you? 41, 127. The 13th prime number is 41. The 31st prime number is 127. 1331 is 611. What in the hell is this? Are you getting what I'm showing you here? This is absolutely ridiculous what you're saying. All right? Absolutely impossible what you're saying here. For this to be a coincidence, it's absolutely impossible. All right? And remember, it's 3113 we're talking about, right? Or 1331. See, either of these things, 1331, all right? And why am I showing you this? Because look, from the first of the year to 611 is 1331 days. I mean, 13310 with a crown. Look, see that? 1331 with a crown. From the first of the year to 611. 6 prime number and the 11th prime number, 1331 with a crown. You see? You see that? And from Washington's founding date, 11/11/1889, to the day the Queen was born on 4/21, which is also the day the Space Needle opened in 1962. But this is the Queen's birthday exactly. Look, 1331 with a crown. Same equation that I just showed you with from the first of the year to 611. Okay? From the first of the year to 611 is 1331 with a crown. From Washington's founding date, the state of Washington, to 4/21, the Queen's birthday in 1926, is 1331 with a crown. Okay? Now, remember, it can be 1331 or 13031. It doesn't matter because it's the same thing. It's a crown. From Elvis's birthday to 9/11 is 13031. The 6th prime number is 13. The 11th prime number is 31. 611. Right there. 1/8 to 9/11. From Elvis's death day. From Elvis's death day to 4/20. Okay? And it can be 4/21 also, by the way. But from Elvis's death day to 4/20, the reason I'm using 4/20 because that's the day he got the crown when he worked for Crown Electric. All right, this was, and Elvis died at the age of 42 with a crown, and Washington's the 42nd state. You have the 162. Look, 162, 2016, 216, August 4th. 162nd day is June 11th, 8/4. Elvis Trump's gonna get his head one on 8/4. Look, it's right there in the date. See? Anyway, Elvis died 8/16 to 4/20 is 13031, or to 4/21 if you don't add the date, but up to 4/21. So there's your 611 connection with the six prime number being 13, 11th prime number being 31. Okay, and then this is no big deal. Remember, I was showing you the Alpha Omega earlier in the video. If you put a crown on Elvis Aaron Presley and put Alpha Omega, look what it equals. 310, 31 with a crown, and 13 with a crown. You got to be kidding. Look at that. 611, 1331. 310, 130. This could be just a coincidence, but that's a darn big coincidence right there. I'm just saying, you know. And look, it equals 440, right? And by the way, the word kill equals 4417. And look, 11 plus 6 is 17, and 31 plus 13 equals 44. The word kill or the word anti equals 4417 in gematria. The word kill or anti. But anyway, so 440 is the total right here. Look at that, 440. If you did the Space Needle prime numbers, because the Space Needle opened on 4/21/1962. Look at that. It's 440 also. And look, it's got the 106 for the crown number. I told you the crown, the words the crown equals 106. And Elvis was born in the 1st month. Trump was born in the 6th month. If you've seen my crown video. All right. And then this is the last thing this is it. I have no more to show. I've already shown this. I've shown this many times. From the day Washington died on 12/14/1799 to the day the Space Needle opened is 162 years, 4 months, 8 days. 162nd day of the year is June 11th. And if you add the 4 and 8 together, not add it together, but if you put it together, 48, the 48th prime number is 223, which is this year, 2023. So, or you could say it's the 8-4 connection, because I told you that's when Trump gets his head wound, 8-4. But 162nd day of the year is June 11th, 162 years. What is the chance? Because Seattle's in Washington, get it? It's all about death and destruction. Anyway, folks, that's it. I have no more. The best part of the video was the very beginning with the Alpha Omega connection, okay? But there was many good parts in this video, but that was the main revelation. All right, folks, I told you I'm coming down to my last few videos. Basically, after that, I have only like a couple more videos of really incredible stuff, and then after that, I'm gonna rehash stuff from the old, just a couple of good videos from the past that I want people to remember. And that's basically it, folks. I told you we're coming to the end of the road. But I do have to do another Super Bowl video, only because the Super Bowl is coming up, and it's going to be off the charts, folks, this stuff, because it all connects to Elvis, every single thing. I told you. That's why Lisa Marie had to, had to be ritually, you know what? And I'm not saying it really happened. I'm just saying whatever it is, it is. All right, folks. Any last words? I'll give another like 2 or 3 minutes here. Anybody have any questions before I go? Yeah, I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, and remember, you told me about the Space Needle being the Alpha Omega. That's right. Even though that was, oh yeah, I'm glad you brought that to my attention. Hold on, let me see this. Oh yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, make sure you share it with as many people as you can. Yeah. But there's so many videos that people need to share. But the problem is, I get why people don't share my videos, because if you only watch one video and show it to somebody, they're not going to understand it. The problem is they have to watch a bunch of videos to fully grasp it. God bless all of you. I appreciate the kind comments. But let me just tell you this. There was let me see if I can find the video. I need you guys to go watch this video. All right? That way you can understand. Hold on, where am I? Let me get to my channel here. How I created this chart that has to do with the Alpha Omega. I told you my eyes are so bad I can't even see. This is terrible, man. Let me see. Let me see how far back this video is. It's a must watch, folks. Where is it? Oh, man. Even for the people who've seen it already, you should go and watch it again, just to refresh your memory about it. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know where it is. Oh, man. Was it this one? Okay, folks. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, this is the title of the video. Go and watch this video. You see what it says right here? 666, original numbers of heaven before the... Hold on. Oh. What happened? 666 was the original numbers of heaven before the fall of Lucifer and angels. Okay, so you got to watch that video. It's from 1 year ago. Okay, and then you'll understand the chart I created, and you'll believe me. And by the way, folks, let me explain something to you. For the people who are like, "What do you mean the 666 was the original numbers of heaven?" All right, you're not going to understand unless you watch the video. Okay, first of all, but how do you like? Look. Why do you think that the Bible tells you that the original number? I mean, that the beast is number is going to be 666. Okay, because God knew that he would try to mimic what was originally in heaven in the beginning. Okay, don't you understand that? That's why God knew that he would need that number. Okay, and this is why it tells you that. Okay? And that's why I'm trying to tell you. If you look at the video, you'll understand why I'm saying that. All right. Because I can understand why you guys would say, so what are you talking about, you know? All right, so just watch the video and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Anyway, like I said, there's many videos you should watch. You should watch all of them, but you know, that one in particular. And by the way, like I said, folks, I didn't know what year it was going to happen. I just know the dates. I told you the Holy Spirit revealed to me the dates and the players, but as far as the year, I wasn't sure, and that's why, you know, in that video I'm probably talking about 2022. It's same dates, but that it's if I said anything in that video, it would be about 2022. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that 2022 and 2023 are connected to each other. All right, and the reason that is, okay, is because man, it's so complicated I don't feel like getting into the whole thing on that, but there's a reason why they're intermingled those 2 years. Okay, and oh man, now I lost my concentration. I'm trying to remember all these things. I'm going blank, man. I have too much on my mind. Yeah, I'm gonna end. Someone's saying, "Are you leaving us now?" What does that mean? Oh, I was talking about how the Holy Spirit revealed the dates and the prediction dates and the players involved. Okay, and but the Holy Spirit did not tell me what year, and the reason that is because if you notice, I told you in Revelation 13:18, where it says, "Here is wisdom. Let him who hath understanding calculate the number of the beast." See, I'm that guy who's calculating that. Okay, I don't care what, if you don't believe, you don't believe. I don't care. But it says to calculate. See, the problem was, if I had already known that year, okay, it's going to happen on this date in this year, there would be no calculating involved. Okay, the person who's going to tell you who the beast is has to calculate, and that's what this whole thing was about. I literally calculated everything. There's literally nothing left to calculate, folks. I've gone through every possible calculations, folks. Okay, and that's why I told you I've come to the end of the line. There's no more to show. I have, like I said, I have a couple more videos, and then after that, I'm going to rehash videos. No more research involved. But there could be predictive programming stuff that happens on TV. Yeah, you know, we're not talking about that. I'm talking about research videos. Anyway. All right, folks. Oh, man. All right, folks. Any last words? Yes, thank you for the kind words, Jenny. Appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, there's a few who truly understand what's going on here. I mean, I'm sure there's many on this channel who understand, but they don't comment. But you know, hopefully, there's going to be more and more who have eyes to see and ears to hear, folks. All right. you know, and for the people who are new to the channel who don't know all the connections I have to this puzzle, it will drive, it will, you know, it will, you would find it incredible if you heard all the connections that I have to this puzzle. My obsession with Elvis, you know, him being my first obsession, and you know, it all came full circle, you know, and it's all about the circle, the crown. All right, to the people saying nice things, God bless you, appreciate it, and um, you know, to the people who are telling other people about this, let me tell you something. You are going to uh, not regret it. Trust me. They're all going to be coming to you soon saying, you told us, and nobody listened. You'll see. All right. Anyway, folks, take care. God bless everybody. Jesus is God. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. All right. The Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, these three are one. Okay. That's why Jesus said, I am the Alpha and the Omega. Why would Jesus say that? Why would Jesus say he's the beginning and the end if he's not God? You know what I'm saying? He said, I am. And you're going to be seeing him coming in the clouds, folks. Get ready. When after the beast is revealed, you know, and then, like I said, you know, within a short span of time, you're going to see Jesus return, folks. Get ready. You know, so put your armor on, folks. Put the whole armor of God on, folks, because things are coming. Anyway, but the return to Jesus is probably going to happen, like, you know, after 2026 and on, somewhere in between 2026 and 2030. So just be prepared, you know. All right, take care. End of video. Jesus is God.